The flu shot, and many other vaccines for that matter, have made headlines more than once over the last several years. While some people have remained loyal to getting vaccinated, others have parted ways, deeming it unnecessary and even dangerous to your health. This can be especially problematic when it comes to the flu vaccines, which you should get every year. While how you handle your health is your decision, it's a decision that could certainly affect others should you get ill. With all the misinformation spread over the internet, it's difficult to separate fact from fiction and come to a conclusion regarding whether the flu shot is something you need. In an effort to separate myth from fact, here's what you should know about the flu vaccine and what misinformation you should toss out, so that you can get your flu shot with confidence. Myth: the flu shot can give you the flu. Fact: flu vaccines aren't capable of infecting you. This misconception is not all that surprising, really, when you consider the three types of flu shots. The first type of flu vaccination is made with a virus that has been inactivated and is therefore not infectious. The second type is a live attenuated influenza vaccine, and the third type is called a recombinant influenza vaccine, which is another inactivated version of the flu vaccine and therefore non-infectious. It's understandable that some people think the inactivated or live flu shots could potentially make you ill, since they do contain a virus. However, if the virus has been inactivated, then that influenza vaccine cannot make you ill. And in the case of live flu shots, the virus has been weakened. Again, it cannot make you ill. Common side effects of the flu shot include muscle aches, soreness, and redness at the site of injection, regardless of what kind you get. In fact, these are the most common side effects of more vaccines. Again, these are side effects. This is not the flu itself. Severe reaction to flu vaccines is exceedingly rare, regardless of which of the three flu vaccines you receive. Myth: getting the flu illness is less risky than getting the flu vaccine. Fact: the flu can be a very serious disease. Influenza is never something you should dismiss as unimportant. For children, the elderly, and people with certain medical conditions or chronic illness in particular, flu complications can lead to hospital stays and even death. Even healthy individuals who are active and have good nutrition die from flu complications every year by the thousands. If you're someone who's fortunate never to get sick, you're still not immune to the flu illness. The side effects of the vaccine, however, are far less severe and occur less than 20% of the time. Even pain around the injection site, the most minor of side effects, is fairly uncommon. Furthermore, one mustn't forget that if you get the flu, you become a carrier, and the flu is incredibly contagious. It can take up to 4 days for symptoms to show after you contract the virus, meaning you might unintentionally make someone else sick. Getting the seasonal flu vaccine is always the safer option. Myth: if you got the flu shot last year, you don't need it this year. Fact: your flu vaccine needs to be current. Not many people know that the flu viruses mutate very quickly. This means, among other things, that a strain that wasn't common last year might be very common this year, or vice versa. Yes, every flu season is a little different. Additionally, your immune response to the flu shot decreases over time. In other words, your last flu vaccination could be insufficient this year, putting you at a higher risk of getting sick. Therefore, it's important to get an annual flu vaccine to make sure you are up to date and protected against serious flu complications. Seasonal flu vaccines vary from year to year to keep up with each individual flu season and its unique strains. This is how you maintain a stronger immune response to the flu viruses. Myth: the flu shot doesn't even work. Fact: studies have found that flu vaccination is very effective. Again, science has repeatedly proven vaccine effectiveness. Research shows that every year the flu shot prevents millions of instances of the flu. Between 2015 and 2016, for example, flu vaccines reduced the likelihood of getting the flu by over 40%. And when science is able to match the flu vaccine more precisely to the current strain that is circulating, that number goes to over 50%. The same can be said for children, whom some will claim won't benefit much from the flu vaccine. In fact, one 2014 study determined that the flu vaccine can reduce the risk of flu-related ICU admission for kids by over 70%. Some people get the flu vaccine and still get influenza, and then argue that seasonal flu vaccines don't work. Again, this is false. If you get the flu vaccine and still get influenza, the virus will likely be less intense and shorter in duration. So, any way you cut it, vaccination will provide protection. It offers many benefits, and it should be part of a good health habit. Myth: the flu vaccine contains harmful ingredients. Fact: the seasonal flu shot substances have shown no serious side effects. Flu vaccine naysayers have brought attention to certain inactive ingredients in the flu shot. But extensive research has been done on substances like these and has found that because they occur in such small quantities, they cannot harm you. Don't let startling headlines and misinformation online stop you from getting a flu shot. Flu vaccination offers the best protection against different viruses. It does not make you sick. Myth: if you get the flu, you can just take antibiotics. Fact: antibiotics will not make the flu better. In fact, they could make matters worse. Antibiotics fight bacteria, not viruses, and the flu is a virus. Furthermore, antibiotics carry their own risks and contribute to our growing resistance to them. Your doctor could prescribe you antiviral medication to help with the flu. This will make you less contagious and will help you get over it quicker. However, it will not cure your flu virus completely. What's more, for antivirals to be effective, you have to receive one within 1 or 2 days of the flu symptoms first appearing. Antibiotics should not be the backup plan. This isn't a wise alternative to the flu shot. Myth: if it's late in the year, there's no point in getting the flu shot. Fact: it's never too late to get vaccinated. If the year is nearly over and we haven't been vaccinated yet, many of us tend to forget about it entirely. But getting the flu shot even late in the year is better than not getting one at all, especially since flu season can last through April, May, and even June during some seasons. While it's advised to get the flu shot by the end of October, don't blow it off even if that moment has passed. Myth: you shouldn't get vaccinated if you're pregnant. Fact: it's especially important that pregnant people are protected. Pregnant women experience bodily changes that can affect their immune systems, hearts, and lungs, putting them at a higher risk of getting the flu and experiencing severe illness. To protect themselves and their unborn babies, pregnant women should receive the flu shot and can do so during any trimester. If you're pregnant and have concerns about getting a flu shot, don't simply avoid it. Talk to your healthcare provider. Myth: the flu is just a bad cold. Fact: the flu can be much more severe and dangerous than a cold. It's easy to dismiss seasonal influenza because flu symptoms feel similar to those of a cold, just more extreme. But these are not the same thing. The flu can hit out of nowhere and knock you off your feet for days. Fever, headaches, and nonstop coughing are more extreme than the symptoms of a cold. If complications arise, you could land in the hospital. The flu is not a cold. Take your health seriously and make sure you're adequately protected by getting the flu shot. So, get your flu shot to protect yourself and others against influenza. Make no mistake about it, serious flu complications can ensue if you aren't proactive about your health. The influenza virus can turn into serious complications such as respiratory diseases like chronic lung disease, heart disease, and pneumonia. Still concerned about the potential side effects of the flu vaccine? Science has proven that you are much safer getting the flu vaccine than you are exposing yourself to the influenza viruses and all of the complications that they can cause. Whether it's flu season or not, get your flu shot. E7 Health offers the flu vaccine in addition to several others, including hepatitis B titers, the yellow fever vaccine, and the Tdap vaccine. We have 2 locations in Las Vegas, and you can schedule your appointment online in just a few clicks. Contact us today to request more information or make an appointment to get your vaccine.